Hello, and welcome to our first podcast where we're going to talk about spiritualism and paganism. And what is paganism? This is for all like minded and open minded people, and then fellow practitioners who's been doing it for a while, or people who's just now finding their calling. Uh,
Okay, the thing is this. Okay, most people don't understand what paganism is. Paganism itself is not only urban, not only traditional based, but also we can trace it back to our great aunts and our great ancestors. Paganism is one thing that developed within man's first intuition and knowing the gods and goddesses. Paganism is something that can be found within culture, can be found within music, it can be found within everyday life. There's a lot of people out there don't even know what witches look like. Everyday citizens, everyday people, everyday brothers, mothers, fathers, even sisters. And so paganism is a not only religion but a path. Paganism is an actual path that we follow. It's just not just religion as everybody want to be mainstream about. Paganism can be just everyday life. Depending upon how you view paganism, how you understand paganism, and what you were taught and what you learned. The thing is that under paganism, most people follow under Wicca. I myself, back in 2017, was licensed as a master in Wicca, and so I also have several different other credentials as well. This book right here is from Scott Cunningham. It's about Wicca for beginners. It's really good. It's really basic itself. It teaches about the Sabbats, the Espis, and what precision itself of drawing down the moon or calling upon the goddess. It also has the charge of the goddess and the charge of the god form. Now, most people follow under a paganism or Wicca as a understanding within connecting with the old ways. And the old ways are lived within us every single day. It can be spread out through a generation or by others. It's mostly about knowledge. It's about understanding of the knowledge, and it's basically about drawing yourself more closer with a balance and an understanding between masculine and femininity. And it's a unification itself, knowing that you are connected with the God form or the goddess form. There are many several pantheons out there. We'll just touch on a few. There is the mine personally itself. I like Babylonian culture. I love Egyptian culture. I love Greek culture. I love the Celtic culture and the Nordic culture and the Native American culture. Because all of those cultures themselves, even the Asiatic cultures themselves of the seven heavens itself, it has a balance between yin and yang, dark and light. Now, magic itself comes in, magic with a K, not just regular magic, as in the Americans say. It's magic from the Greek word magica itself. It derives itself from the Greek Hellenistic pantheon, and that can be found under not only the Hellenistic order, but it also can be looked up in the magical Greek papaya. There are several different other books and literatures out there that tells you about our culture, about our ways, about our lives, and paganism itself is one of the greatest things that it's a passion. It's something that unites us as men and women, as sons and daughters. It connects you with not only your deities, but it connects you with yourself on a higher level. And so, the more that we ourselves connect with the higher level within moon magic, within candle magic, within herbalist magic, hedge witch, and then after that, we follow several systems on the mother, maiden, and crone. The mother, maiden, and crone are the aspects of the triple goddess, and the triple goddess is a unification of not only the matriarch deity within your life, female deity in your life, but also can represent Hecate, Selene, Morgana. It can Nixa. It can represent even Erishkigal. and several different other deities. It can be Freya, it can be Kerwin, it can be even the Morgana. It can be several different goddesses itself under the mother, maiden, and crone. The one aspect itself under maiden, that is the young lady when she comes into womanhood itself. Then after that, she discovers the mysteries of the world. Just like in the love poem itself between Diana and Ferianus. Or it can go and relate to Chronos, and it can relate to Aradia. There's several different factors itself within love, unity. Our religion and paganism itself teaches us about not only prosperity and understanding and who we are as in people, but also what we know within the cultures itself. Culture is speak crucial itself within all things that we do. Most people don't even know what real culture is. Culture itself is your life, your essence, your belief. And that, in sums, is paganism. Because in paganism itself, it's delivered itself from all different aspects in the world itself. Take within what a person believes now. Okay, I can lay down several examples of that. Say like, okay, I feel the need for to dance in the rain. There's a warm wind blowing after late rain. That right there gives you more focus upon a wild child, a wild spirit, an untaintable spirit itself. That gives you something that you can look into, like a passion itself. Going out in nature is a passion itself. And the more that you understand your passion for what you love in nature itself, you are now becoming more awakened to the aspect itself. A lot of people do not understand why we as pagans connect with nature so well, because it's of our elements. And most of us follow on the zodiac itself. Most of us follow on certain particular faiths and patterns in those faiths. Okay, and of the old world witchcraft itself, that's 163 different laws in the old world witchcraft, from Sprega itself into the Celtic traditions. And then from those traditions in the Druidic itself of the Oregon. And from the Oregon, it has 12 different herbs. And the 12 different herbs itself have 12 different plants, 12 different poisons for those plants. And then after that, every single poison has a spirit and has an actual deity over it. Say the Oregon or the Oregon. That right there is of the oak man itself. It goes into ashen oak or the holly thorn itself. But anyway, getting back to the whole thing within the different sets and magic is that there's Gordarian, there's Alexandrian, there's even like I said, there's the Sprega tradition itself from the Tuscany, Diana. That cult itself, we say cult, but not as an actual cult, but it's a order itself. Witchcraft comes into a big play within paganism itself, because we are witches. It can be man, it can be woman, it can be boy, it can be girl. It doesn't matter who you are. As long as you know where you come from and what you're doing in your life, you will always be connected not only within your nature of your gods and what you love. Like I said, I've studied different pantheons over the years, and I love witchcraft in every single thing that I do. You know, like I said, I became a master in Wicca, and I also had a certificate from the Seekers Temple. I've had different other enjoyments within the craft. If you feel comfortable within learning, even if it may be divinations itself, it can be scouring, it can be tarot, it can be tea leaf reading, it can be palm reading itself, it can be any of those things. But none of these things that which we do are evil. Magic itself, or magic with the K, correct terminology, magic is the understanding of knowing that there is a light and there is a dark. There is really no balance itself. People want to say being balanced, being balanced. When a person itself looks into the craft itself, a lot of people go into the craft selfish because they want to learn for the wrong reasons. They want to learn for the wrong aspects. They want to do wrongful things. That's an imbalance itself. That's not a peaceful unity. But what we're here to is to educate you upon what is peaceful, what is helpful, and what is harmful as well. And don't get misconstrued with the stereotypes itself as we worship the devil and this and that. We do not worship the devil. Pagans themselves, witches, Wiccans, and pagans, period, do not acknowledge a Christian devil. We do not have anything to do with Christianity. And by acknowledging a devil or a Satan itself, you're acknowledging the factor that Christianity has a rule and establishment over your life. We do not. We do not acknowledge that. We do not have any understanding of that. And like I said, as being pagans itself, we are pagan. We serve multiple deities. That's why we are pagan. I have many gods and goddesses that I worship and I love. But the free thing about this is the aspects and the Sabbaths. We're going to start doing more. Like I said, Ballotines coming up May 1st. It is also Maple Day or May Day, the 1st itself. And within that, it was the festival itself for most of the Celtic ladies at the time, young maidens. They would go out in the fields and gather wildflowers themselves and ribbons, and they would tie these flowers together to make crestolets. They would make head dressings, basically. And they will go out and they wear their pretty dresses, and they will dance around a wooden pole with different colorful ribbons itself. Not only from the Celtic, not only to the Nordic itself, but also to the modern day practitioners as well. And they did a real great thing back in the 60s itself within Woodstock. They themselves, or the wildflower itself, or the wild children, at that time of the Virgo or Sagittarius, the move of Aquarius, they themselves brought more understanding to what was paganism itself. It was freedom, it was peaceful, it was divine divinity itself within nature, and honoring the female aspect of creation, which is the goddess. So, within all due love and light and respect itself, thank you for paying attention. And if you guys want to learn more about what's real and what's not bullshit, please give us a like and follow us up. And I love you guys.